All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? And the video I'm bringing today, as you guys know, I'm a pretty humble guy. I don't like to talk about my skill, but since you guys keep bringing it up, I figured I'd talk about it here. You know, I figured I'd just, kind of explain my mindset, my mentality, where I derive my inspiration to be great from. Hopefully you guys can learn a lot from this. People ask all the time, like, how do you do this? How do you do what you do? I'll try to explain it here, guys, but the point is either you have it or you don't. Like I don't want to be mean, but like either you have these skills or you don't have these skills. And yes, you can learn some, but it's like there's only one MJ out there. There's only one Kobe. Like that's just the way it is sometimes. So hopefully I can help you guys out. Hopefully I can make you guys a better form of yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you can't do these same skilled things that I'm doing in this video. Obviously, it's just not everybody can be that way. So you see here, I've already picked up a couple kills. We got another kill here. As far as what I'm doing, I end up getting Zerg down here, which is just ridiculous. I don't know why they allow Zerging in this game. As far as like my rotation or my skill goes, and rotation is something I've heard recently. Before I dive into this, there's this group of people that comes and they watch my videos and they get really upset. They say, I'm a pussy. Because I'm running away, and I'm not running away. I'm tactically maneuvering. Okay, so if somebody looks at me, it's not that they have to do damage. If they look at me, I'm tactically maneuvering away and around them to unload my full damage on them. Like that's just the way I play. Some people may say it's playing like a pussy. I say it's playing to win. All right. So I'm going to tactically maneuver quite a bit. Anytime somebody looks or breathes in my direction, I'm going to, do that. Maybe you guys should do the same and you guys wouldn't be in the same situation, but I digress. That, and people always ask me like, dude, you don't even have a rotation. I can't tell you how many times I've had comments on my channel and they're like, haha, LOL, bro, you don't even have a rotation. Dude, I have a rotation, all right? I kill the first guy and then I rotate to the second guy and I kill them. People talk about how you need this combination of skills and abilities and how you need to weave together burst combinations in order to get kills, and that's true skill. Well, if I can get the same thing hitting one button and you have to hit 4 or 5 buttons, who's the idiot? I'm so tired of these multi-button guys, multi-button, rotation guys, and I know that's a long name for them. So I've given them a rename, and let me know what you guys think, but I call them multi-butts. These multi-butts talk so much shit and they don't understand how much skill it takes to do this. And so this is part of the reason why I'm doing this video. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this video is I wanted to show how much skill it takes to, unleash my full combo on a group of people. You see, I'm getting attacked by multiple people here. You see, I get knocked down. Getting knocked down is bullshit. I don't know why this game allows me to get knocked down, but, hopefully ZeniMax adjusts it. I don't care if anybody else gets knocked down, but it shouldn't be me. That's all I'm trying to say. It just doesn't make any sense that I'm getting knocked down. So at this point, I'm getting attacked by a bunch of people. So I'm just gonna hit this guy with a light attack and a poison inject. I'm gonna hit this guy with a light attack, poison inject. And people think like, oh, this is really easy to do. And I don't understand where that's coming from, because yeah, if one person's in front of you, I'll just keep hitting poison inject. I'm just going to keep hitting poison inject over and over and over again until they die. But if multiple people are in front of me, what do? Do you keep hitting the same guy with poison inject, or do you hit everybody with poison inject? Like, what do you do there? And at this point, like, we're not even to that yet. You just see people coming in one by one. So we know that we're just going to hit each individual with poison inject. Now we have 3 people here. So I'm going to adjust my strategy and I'm going to hit as many people with poison inject as possible so I can unleash my skill on all of them. You see, I'm getting gap closed here. So I'm going to have to back up, tactically maneuver. Sorry. I'm going to have to tactically maneuver over here and get away a little bit. We're going to keep our buffs up. Buffs is an interesting word. I've known this word for at least a week now. It's, there's sets and there's different skills and there's different things that you can do that, makes your character sheet better. It makes your character sheet prettier. And a lot of people don't know that. And, You know, like that's one of the signs of a good player is, you know, knowing what the word buffs is. So if you know it, you're already on your way, you know. So at this point, my teammates were going up the side, so I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to go around the corner here, you know, make sure that nobody's looking at me. And this guy's taking a bunch of damage, so we're just going to keep hitting him with our combination. And now we're going to rotate to the next guy, and we're going to hit this guy with our combination. You see he takes all of our damage. We get another kill here. No, actually, we got an assist there. My bad. Yeah, that one must have gotten stolen. This guy takes a stun. See, it's okay if he gets stunned. But yeah, I just don't know why it happens to me. So now these guys are kind of dodge rolling. We're gonna buff up once again. We're gonna tactically maneuver down the hill here, and yeah, like, you know, when it comes to Battlegrounds, you know, it's just kind of fun pitting your skills against other people's. You know, it's kind of fun pitting your build against other people's builds, and you know, anybody that, you know, thinks what I'm running, if they think it's overpowered, I got news for you guys. You know, it's not. You know, this is not an overpowered build. You only say that because you're upset. You know, you're upset that I'm better. You know, that's just the way it is. I see these complaints in the forums all the time from these multi-butts talking about how one-button warriors, you know, I am a warrior. So I don't know if that's an insult or not, you know, calling me a one-button warrior, but, you know, I am a warrior. So that's a semi-compliment, I think. So thank you for acknowledging, you know, that. But why are you using one button as a derogatory term? You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So at this point, we got a bunch of people down here. So we're just going to keep hitting different skills and abilities. And another thing I got commented on in a previous video was, you know, that I don't use any ultimates, you know, and I didn't know what ultimates were when I was doing this fight. You know, I was confused. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, do you mean ultimatum? Like, if you keep talking shit, I'm going to have to mess you up with my poison injection? Is that what you're talking about? Like, because I know what an ultimatum is. I don't know what a fucking ultimate is. But it turns out, and, you know, I'm open to learning and I'm open to figuring this stuff out. But it turns out that an ultimate, when you're playing on Xbox, is hitting two skills at the same time. And, you know, I'm not used to stuff like that. You know, I'm not used to hitting two skills at once. Normally I just hit the one and, you know, it gets the job done. So it's not that I can't, it's just that I don't. You know, it's just that, you know, it's not something that's new to me, but I wasn't doing that in this video. And clearly, you know, my skill carried me. Like, I didn't need to do it. But apparently these ultimates do damage. And, you know, they're part of this burst rotation that people talk about. But once again, like, who needs to do this? Like, at 722,000 damage, 10-1. I shouldn't have even had the one death. 25 assists. I got a lot of kills stolen from me. You know, mag sorks are overpowered. Honestly, mag sorks should just be wiped off the face of the game. You know, Mage's Wrath is absolutely ridiculous. Streak stun. You know, why am I getting stunned? Why am I getting pulled out of stealth by them? You know, I should be able to be in stealth and not get stunned. You know, I saw one of my buddies get streaked over 11 times and he died, and he posted on the forums about how streak was overpowered and it needed to be nerfed. And I was like, dude, I'm with you. And a bunch of people made fun of him, and it just didn't make any sense to me. Like if you're dying from streak, clearly it's doing too much damage. You know, can we at least agree on this, that streak is doing too much damage? Sorry, I'm getting a little worked up here. We're gonna keep driving forward on this. You know, we obviously won that one. I don't even know why I'm upset. We just won. So this fight, you know, it's the next BG. This is when I, you know, figured out what an ultimatum was, and, you know, I've kind of practiced it a little bit. It took a little bit of practice, but yeah, this is the next fight afterwards. And so at this point, we're just rotating our damage on each person. Now we get leapt on, so now we're going to back up a little bit. You see I'm getting hit by a bunch of people. I'm probably not going to make it here, but luckily I hit my ultimatum and it pulls me off to the side. And now we got a bunch more people here. And so now I'm just gonna, you know, eye of the tiger, kind of stay in here. Normally I don't stay in fights like that, guys. Like, normally I tactically maneuver around the corner, up the hill, around the side, and I wait till all my resources come back. And I probably should have done that here, because look, I'm almost dead. Like, you know, I knew I shouldn't have done that, but luckily I had a teammate here to kind of help me out. And so now we're both hitting our full, you know, combination on him, and he's dead. And now we're just going to cycle our buff. So we're going to come up top here, and we have a mag sork here. You know, like I said, why do you exist? Why are you a thing? Doesn't make any sense. Luckily we get the kill. And so now we have a Warden, and we have, you know, another Sork up here. So we're just going to keep hitting our burst here. That guy's almost dead, but our teammate died, so we're just going to tactically maneuver to the back here. Our other teammate's going to almost die here. So we're trying to help him out by, you know, hitting our burst on here. Now I'm going to get jumped on by these two people from behind. Gravity kills me. Fucking bullshit. You know, like, if I wanted to play Halo 1 and deal with gravity, I would go play Halo 1. You know, I'd much rather play Halo 3 where there's no gravity and I'm falling down and I could still survive and I can still cloak away. Like, who do I have to reach out to at ZOS to have them nerf gravity? You know, like, why am I dying due to fall damage? You know, yeah, you know, those guys did a bunch of damage to me and I might have died anyways, but gravity is what finished me off, and it's ridiculous. Now you guys see I have this green thing around my body. This is one of the secret sets that I'm actually running as well, so we know that there's another skilled player in this game. He obviously knows what he's doing. He hits me with a really nasty snipe there. With that other set, I wouldn't say that the set's overpowered. I would say that it's underpowered because I'm using it. What's the best way to say it? When I'm using sets, it's underpowered. If I'm not using a set and I die to it, it's overpowered. I know that gets confusing to people. Like, some people say that I'm like a hypocrite, and I had to look up that word and figure out what that was, and it just doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, yeah, I think Grothdar, Streak, Magsork, Overwhelming, Talons, you know, Fossilized, I think that's all OP. But if I played on a Mag DK and I was running Grothdar and I had Fossilized on and I had Overwhelming on, you know, I wouldn't say it's overpowered. You know, I would just say that it's part of the game, and, you know, other people need to learn to get good, you know, but I mean, that's just the way it is, you know, like I clearly know what I'm doing. You know, I get a lot of damage in these games. I get a lot of kills. I just have more experience than people, you know, like all these multi-butts are doing all these different things, and I'm just, you know, tactically maneuvering, and I'm just, you know, doing what they're doing, but better, you know, and I take this really laggy leap there, which is just ridiculous. So then I have to hit my ultimatum. This guy takes another ultimatum from a guy, so I didn't even know what that was. So I'm taking a bunch of damage here, so I got to tactically maneuver around to the side, not run away like a pussy, guys. I'm not running away like a bitch. I'm just maneuvering to the side. So now you see we got a bunch of people in front of us. We got to hit a bunch of them with poison inject. Got to watch out for this other guy running the same stuff that I am. You see I'm getting attacked from behind, so I turn and look at him, and he just backs up. So we know that we can go forward here. So we see two guys, so we're gonna hit them both with poison injection, so we get the kill there. And the interesting thing about Battlegrounds is, you know, people often talk about stealing kills. You know, I talk about stealing kills in this game, and, you know, I think when it comes to my gameplay, the game just recognizes that, you know, I'm the one doing everything, and that's why they're awarding me kills. So you'll see there's times where I hit people with my skills, and then I turn around and I get the kill anyways. You know, they'll be fighting 2 or 3 other people, but my damage that I put in there is getting the kill anyways. And so, see right there, you guys can see that, like who else can do that? You know, like, am I the Michael Jordan of ESO? Like, am I the Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? Because I think I might be. I don't think other people can do this. I don't want to talk too much about my build because, yeah, like, I'm just using this to challenge myself. I'm just really trying to, you know, up my gameplay and, you know, make myself a better player. I could absolutely run other stuff. You know, I could run overpowered things like Hunting's Rage. You know, I could absolutely do that, you know, and have, like, the same healing and less damage. But I'm not going to. You see this guy locks me down in talons. Once again, it's ridiculous. So now I'm going to back up a little bit. You see we got a bunch of people here. Not running away, like I said, just tactically maneuvering. We see got a bunch of people here, so we're just going to keep hitting them with all of our skills. That guy's going to take a bunch of damage. We get the kill right there. Once again, guys, you know, like, I'm not in there. He's fighting a bunch of people. I still get the kill. Like, that's greatness right there. Clearly, that's greatness. So we finally identify the guy that's running the same thing that we're running. He hits me with his ultimatum. I managed to cloak away. Luckily, you know, my cloak worked that time. Sometimes it doesn't, and I take all the damage. Still trying to figure that out, but, you know, we'll keep after it. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to win this game. You know, a lot of people would pack it up here. A lot of people would quit. I'm just not that guy. You know, I'm built different. I'm built completely different than most people. I'm gonna stay in here. I'm gonna keep fighting. You never know. You never know when you're gonna turn it around. You know, and you could turn one of these games where you're losing this badly into something really good. And so, yeah, that's one thing that I could give you guys is never give up. You know, by the way, shout out to my Patreons that have never given up on me and that have helped out. Shout out to the guys on Twitch, you know, that love watching, you know, gameplay like this and, you know, watching me just go out here and do what I do. But yeah, at this point, you see this guy's trying to attack both of us. Luckily, you know, I have my teammate here. He hit me with 2 fears and he CC'd me twice. Like I said, fears are ridiculous. You know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, yes, I have them in my kit on my class, but I'm not running them. And, you know, if I'm not running them, like, why do they exist? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. You see this guy is taking some damage. You see we're going to take a leap here. I am a vampire, so I got to be a little bit careful. They should nerf fire damage. You know, like, I feel like if you're a vampire, you know, because I am, if you're a vampire and you take fire damage, it should heal you. Like, I think that's a pretty good change. You know, I think it would help a lot, you know, dealing with mag DKs. You know, if their flame damage healed you instead, I think that would be a pretty good option. Let me know what you guys think about that. I know that's kind of controversial. You know, I know some people said that'll break the game and make Nightblade's overpowered. I'm on the most under-tuned spec in the game, guys. You know, we need some buffs at some point, all right? You know, at some point, this class needs some love. So we're going to come up top here. See, we got a bunch of people here, so we're going to adjust our, you know, our damage profile. We're going to hit this guy here. We're going to hit this guy here. Yeah, like I said, as far as the build, yes, I can only do this stuff with this build, you know, but it's a unique playstyle. You know, not many people could do this. Here I get zerged down and I die, which is too bad. You know, I was making a comeback. We were making a comeback. We're getting towards the end here. But yeah, you know, 11-3 so far, 930,000 damage. You know, I'm doing what I can. You know, I'm trying to stay in there, really trying to grit it out and, you know, do my thing. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes, guys. You know, sometimes other people are running overpowered stuff and, you know, they're zerging you down and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And, you know, you just gotta, you know, wipe the blood off your nose, you know, after you got punched. And then go at it after the next one. So at this point, you know, my buddy's down here and he's taking some damage. So we're just going to keep doing some damage here. He dies. So we're just going to, you know, we see a few people here. So we're just going to keep hitting everybody, you know, with our damage. We're going to maneuver over here. We're going to come down here. Any of you gotten this far, I'm sure you guys know that I'm completely joking. Like, if you guys have watched all my videos, you know that I'm joking about this stuff. You know that, you know, my thoughts on proc sets have been the same for a very long time. Obviously, this entire thing was a joke. I like to flex my sarcasm muscles. I'm sure that there's going to be people that didn't make it this far, and I'm going to get some pretty funny messages, which is, you know, it's always fun. But the point of this video is, a while back, you know, I talked about these proc set changes. And I talked about how these proc sets are very powerful. And it's the conditionality of procking off the same things. And so here, I'm running Venomous Smite, I'm running Sheer Venom, and I'm running Celestrix. And they all proc off damage. You know, Venomous Smite is procking off a crit damage. Sheer Venom's procking off Poison Injection. They both proc at the same time. And then they can both proc Celestrix. Now, I'm not saying Celestrix is the best. I just thought it'd be funny to knock a bunch of people down. I apologize. You know, like, I'm not out here to insult any of you guys or anything like that I was playing against. I know I'm running AIDS. You know, I know that this is AIDS. I know that this is overtuned. In my opinion, this needs to get adjusted. I am just hitting people with Light Attack and Poison Inject. If you guys watch this video, I use 0 ultimates. I use 0 other skills. I'm just hitting Light Attack and Poison Inject on people, okay? And it's effective. Like, let's talk about Poison Inject in general. Dots have not been good for a long time. Poison Inject, as far as a damage skill, it's only really used because of Master's Bow. And now it's used because of these 2 sets, you know, because it procs these sets. The skill by itself is not good. Can you imagine as a DK running around hitting everybody with Venomous Claw and just deleting health bars? Because that's essentially what I'm doing. And people talk about how you know, have to sacrifice stuff. You don't. You know, there's so many health-based heals out here. There's so many different ways to survive. You can play this kitey mobiles build on a Nightblade. You can play a more health-based, you know, you could stack a bunch of health on a Warden. There's so many different ways to where you can survive and make this viable on other builds. Yes, you know, Nightblade's best for it because avoiding damage is better than attempting to heal through it. But this is effective for everybody. And this has been going on for a long time. And I'm not even running Markarth because Venomous Smite doesn't work with Markarth. But Markarth builds can also, you know, these are just two sets. You know, there's multiple different proc sets. There's multiple different things. And every single patch where they come out with new proc sets, we have this issue because they have, you know, I'm not upset at the developers for this. I want to be clear on this. When you come out with new and interesting sets that have new conditionalities, it's awesome. You know, it's cool. Like, a lot of people like proc sets. I'm not even against all proc sets. The only thing I don't like is how they all stack and they give you all this free damage. You know, and I've talked in the past multiple different times about how, you know, if you can survive, procs are just going to give you more damage than non-procs. And it's because of how they stack and the fact that I can use one ability and I get the poison injection damage. I can potentially get a poison status effect. I can get sheer venom. I can get venomous smite, and I can hit Celestrix all in the same person. I hit one skill, and that's 5 different things that can happen with one skill. Imagine what would happen if I actually played the Nightblade the way I can play a Nightblade. Like, imagine if I was hitting full combinations, that I was hitting DB, or I threw on acid spray or something like that. This would be even more ridiculous. And that's the point, is I don't think, like, I shouldn't be able to kill somebody with just straight Venomous Claw. Like, you would have to be pretty inexperienced and not know what heals are, or have such a new character that you can't survive heals, for me to just spam Venomous Claw on you and kill you. Why is poison injection any different? You know, why am I able to do this much damage with one freaking skill? Yeah, like, the thing is their audit that they did, it's not necessarily bad for any set. Like, I do think the sheer venom nerf was needed. I do think Venomous Smite does need to be brought down a little bit, but the bigger issue is all these sets stacking, and there will always be this issue. These sets stacking and doing damage at the same time is the biggest issue with proc sets in this game. And so instead of addressing each set individually and having to deal with people, you know, posting new overpowered broken builds where, like this one, I'm going to get 1.4 million damage, not using an ultimate, just light attacking and poison injecting. I get 1.4 million damage, guys, in this match. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is absolutely ridiculous that I can hit one skill and get 1.4 million damage. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason this should exist. There's no reason this should exist in the game. Proc sets can be powerful. Proc sets can be fun. I totally get that. You know, they have their place, but this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. You know, if I use DB, if I use normal skills, we're talking, I'm pumping out 2 million damage, and 1.4 of it is, you know, procs. Yeah. That's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it and you enjoyed my sarcastic side, let me know in the comment section below. If you didn't enjoy it, I'll keep that in mind, and, you know, maybe I won't do it in the future. This one was as much for me as it was for you guys. You know, obviously, as you guys know, I've been talking about proc sets quite a bit, and I just see stuff like, oh, proc sets are balanced, and then I do this. You know, it's like, how can you say that? So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.